are many ways to stay healthy and disciplined in the way that we focus on our well-being. Today, Gayle Taub is going to be talking to us about wellness coaching and all of the important things that it takes to find out how a wellness coach can work for us. Welcome back to the show, Gayle. We're so excited to hear from you today.
Good morning, Ursula. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing great. All is well.
Well, I'm very happy to hear that. So, my first question is, what exactly is a wellness coach? Can you explain a little bit about what that means?
Sure. So, in the past, you may have heard me talk a little bit about the different kinds of wellness professionals that are available out there, trainers and different types of physical support systems, mental support systems. But a wellness coach is a little bit different than all of those. And um, at its core, very, very simply, a wellness coach, a trained wellness coach, is someone who can help you to make change when change is hard. So you don't hear me making promises about weight loss or about certain types of outcomes when I talk about the definition of a wellness coach. In fact, it's mostly about the other person rather than the coach knowing the answers. I don't have all of the answers for you or the clients that I work with, as I don't live their lives and they know what is best for them and what they want and what they consider to be their wellness journey. Um, so, my job is to help them find ways to make change when it's been historically difficult for them to do it and stick to it.
So, can anybody be a wellness coach? Can there be, another health provider or a nutritionist? Or does it have to be a specified wellness coach?
That is an awesome question. And I love it because there are really not a lot of guidelines or requirements around calling yourself or assuming that identification and saying that you're a wellness coach. Many people do it. Sometimes they're qualified in different ways. Sometimes they're not qualified at all and they think they have a solution or an answer that could help you. So, in answer to your question, a wellness coach, an authentic one, has gone to school and is trained in how to help people make change when it's very, very difficult to do it, and do it in a way that is on their terms. So, not having the answers, like I mentioned, and not having the expert position where I advise or counsel that person, and to go to school to understand how in the brain human beings function and work is super important to being successful and helping somebody to make that lasting change long term.
What would you say is the hardest part about being a wellness coach?
Oh, for me,
Yes.
let's see. Wow. The hardest part for me is just the desire to help people and watch them thrive. And when people struggle, making sure that I don't, uh, you know, take that responsibility for them, right? So that even balance of where my role starts and ends and where their role starts and ends. I wouldn't say it's something that I struggle with. I've been doing this long enough and I understand, but the desire to help people and make sure that they are going down this path and do find what they're looking for is something that I feel very passionate about. And I have to keep that kind of tucked in the background a little bit while I help support them in the ways that help them, not necessarily help me.
So, personally, if I decided that my routine wasn't good enough or that I wasn't getting any benefits from it, how could I tell if a wellness coach would be right for me? And what is the best way to find the right wellness coach for myself?
Yeah, so I think you nailed it on the head in your question is if you've legitimately tried, most people do not lack the motivation. They do not lack the willpower. They think they do, but they don't. They don't lack the desire to change. They want it. And so when you take action too quickly and you find a program that requires you to make change right out of the gate. Change the way that you're eating, change the routine of your behaviors for exercising, maybe the mindset. Um, that's usually when things start to go south for people. So if you have tried to follow a diet program and it worked temporarily, whether it be for 3 days or 3 months, whether you lost a pound or didn't lose any or lost a ton, but it doesn't seem to be staying where it needs to be. You find yourself sliding backwards. You find yourself reverting to old habits. That's a good signal that perhaps the change you made is not serving you very well and is not the right change, or at least the right approach to making those changes. I always explain to people it's not about how bad you want it, it's not about knowing what to do. It really is about incorporating the new habits and coming up with different ways to help you manage and understand how to keep things going. Um, so again, learning the diet isn't the challenging part. We can all do that. We can all follow directions, but those directions don't come from us. And so we get stuck when challenges or things trigger us to do the things we used to do. And it doesn't take long most of the time for that to happen. The second part of your question was how to find someone. And that's a little bit trickier because you do want somebody who is qualified and who is um, someone who you feel like you can connect with and go through the process with and come out on the other side the way you want. One of the ways you can do it is going on to practitioner sites. One of them is healme.com, and that is a practitioner site for licensed or certified wellness professionals of all different types in your area. So if you're looking for someone for massage therapy or health coaching or nutrition coaching or fitness training, that's a wonderful site to go to where they do expect that the credentials of that professional to be valid and current. So checking out that website might be a nice idea. The other Another way you can do it is number one, if you're listening to this, you can give me a try. You can give me a call and we can have a chat. There's no fee, there's no expectations. If nothing more, we have a nice conversation. We've met each other and maybe made a new friend. But at the same time, I can tell you I take my credentials very seriously so I can help people in the right way. And then perhaps you ask the right questions to people you actually trust. For example, your physicians, your somebody at your health club. But the right question is, I'm looking for a health coach or a wellness coach that is certified, and making sure you have that. And then when you talk to that person, feel free to ask them for that documentation so that you can feel good that that person is going to be able to help you in the best way possible.
Well, thank you so much for all that information. It's very helpful.
Good, 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 good.
So it looks like we are running out of time. I really want to thank you again so much for joining us today, Gayle. It's been such a pleasure talking.
Always nice to be here. Have a wonderful week and a great rest of your day.